Real quick, I rambled on for like 10 minutes just a few minutes ago on this, but I'm going to make this much shorter. I just wanted to add my voice to this. There's nothing new in this video that hasn't already been said by Brian Grant in his video. I just wanted to point out, though, that this Reddit discussion is a good place to go check out what's been going on with the Archangel. The thing about the Archangel bug is essentially he wasn't bugged. Kabam said he was not bugged in his ability to stun immune champions and also stun champions with Limber for the same amount of time because his stun was treated as a passive effect. So they're now claiming that that's a bug, and they're going to change it. And they also said they're not going to be issuing rank down tickets, which is a shame. I think it's a shame that they reacted so quickly and denied and said that they're not going to do anything. I think they really should have taken their time, because this is gonna be a big deal. I'm personally not gonna let it go. I used a 5-star generic awakening gem, the rarest item in the game, even more rare than rank down tickets, on him. And part of that was because of his ability to stun. I think the bosses, he shifted the Alliance War defense meta. I mean, he came in when Magic was still the main boss and was just slaughtering her. And he was slaughtering Spider-Man, and he was destroying Juggernaut bosses. And this is because they did not have any immunities. Now, all of a sudden, the meta shifts, and people need to start ranking up immune champs, right? So, I mean, people ranked down their Spider-Man because he was no longer a good boss. They ranked down their Juggernauts because he was no longer a good boss. The Archangel's ability to take on the boss node was such a game changer that so many people made their decisions based off of that it's just shocking to me that they would just change it all of a sudden and call it a bug, even though they previously said. So you can follow this link here, and you'll see that it was previously said that it was working as intended, and now they're saying it's a bug. Somebody down here makes a really good point. Suki is mine. That this ability of Kabam's now to say, oh, it was working as intended, but now it's a bug, is kind of dangerous. I agree with him. It could be months from now, but there's some weird things that Blade does with Danger Sense, that really weird things. Like, he's able to turn off nodes, like poison nodes and bleed nodes, if Danger Sense is active. That can very easily be interpreted as a bug, and all of a sudden maybe Kabam says, wait, we didn't know this was happening. This whole time you guys have been using Blade on poison nodes? That's not right. He's not poison immune. And boom, it's fixed. I mean, it's just a dangerous precedent for Kabam to set. I really think that if they're claiming, and I'll take them at their word barely here, that their new content requires Archangel not to have this ability, fine. I think a rank down ticket is completely justified. They need to give a rank down ticket. I think they need to give 2, actually, specific to Archangel. Maybe it can only be used on Archangel, fine. But for the 565 guys, mine's only 455, but some people have him at 565, and they need to rank him down twice, potentially. I mean, maybe they won't. A lot of people, there cannot be that many 565 Archangels out there. And to be honest, I don't think there can be that many 455s. I know tons of people have them, but we're not talking the entire player base here. It's just some. And also, I think they need to be able to unawaken him. I mean, a lot of us, if you have a duped Archangel at 455 or higher, chances are you used an awakening gem on him. Chances are. And all of your signature stones, because he requires a high sig ability. So that's just my thoughts. I just wanted to add my voice to the pool real quickly, just because I'm very frustrated with this news from Kabam. I'm usually able to justify their sort of actions, and they usually, they're usually very late, but they do come through with compensation eventually. Like, 12.0 compensation was amazing. The rank down tickets were crazy. When the Centurion Void Crystal came, they gave people both champions. That's pretty crazy. So I'm just a little confused that they came out the gate and said they weren't going to do anything, but I think that's typical Kabam. I think once they see people, throwing their voices out there and complaining. I hate complaining, but I just have to in this case. I'm usually very positive about the game. I love having a positive attitude. I just it's very hard to have a positive attitude in this specific situation. But I'm gonna try and compartmentalize it and still have fun with my other stuff. I definitely will. But I'm not gonna let this particular issue go, especially since it affects me so personally, and a few people in my alliance as well. So anyway, the thing is the 2 points is that being able to stun the boss is a huge deal. I don't think it's so small. I think being the only champion in the game that can stun the bosses was something very unique to Archangel, and I thought it just made him that much. I'm all about finding those unique champions, and I loved that he could do that. I just loved having that utility, and it was a much bigger deal for me than it was maybe for other people, but I loved it. I loved it. And the other big deal is that this is just one instance of this could get out of control later on. The obvious one is Danger Sense, but I can't think of other ones. Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to think of it on the top of my head. The obvious one is Danger Sense. It has a lot of strange interactions with other mechanics in the game, and they could all be considered bugs at some point in the future, even though they're working as intended at the moment. So I don't like this from Kabam. I think that if when they do well, I'm happy with them, but when they do bad, I'm not. And I think that if they do go through with this, the rank down tickets would be a perfectly fine compensation. I think if they say, look, for the way the game is going, we need to fix this bug. It was a bug. Kabam Wolf made a mistake, but you know what? Here's your rank down tickets. We can all move on. That would be fine with me. And also an Unawakening, because I think actually I'd rather have the Unawakening than the rank down, because that's just brutal, having to use such a rare item on a champion just to have him get nerfed like this. But anyway, don't let it take away from Archangel as a champion. He is a great champion still, definitely in the top tier. It's just that unique ability of his, and the way it changed the meta of the game made people decide to rank him up a lot. And he did have that huge caveat that any immunity just shuts him down, but people still ranked him up because it would force the enemy alliances to not place their magics and place somebody else, and that was a big deal. So I'll just leave you with that, and I went on longer again, but 7 minutes is good. We'll stop it here. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. See you soon, and take care.